Hello friends, Assalamu alaikum. Today's topic is about clause and phrase. So let's start. Clause. A clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb. There are many types of clauses, but the two main types are independent and dependent clause. Dependent clause makes sense on its own as a sentence. For example, I went to school. As you can see from this example, there is a subject and a verb and it conveys a complete thought. The second type is dependent clause. A dependent clause doesn't make sense on its own as a sentence. For example, although I wasn't feeling well, and we can see from this example, the clause requires more context to understand it. Therefore, we can add an independent clause to complete the sentence like this. Although I wasn't feeling well, I went to school. So here we have dependent clause followed by independent clause. The second one is phrase. A phrase is a group of words without a subject word component. There are different types of phrases depending on which element the phrase acts as. Now I will go through 5 common types of phrases. Number 1 is noun. A noun name a person, place, thing or idea. An example of noun phrase is best friend. Verb phrases. A verb is an action word or state of being. An example of verb phrase is was working. Adjective phrase. Adjective phrase, the example is very pretty. Adverb phrase. An adverb modifies a verb adjective or another verb. Adverb tell us how often, how, where or when. Example of an adverb phrase is really slowly. Lastly, preposition. A preposition describes a place, time or direction. An example of prepositional phrase is in the bin. Now test your knowledge by identifying whether each of the following is a clause or a phrase. Remember to look for the subject-verb component. If it's a clause, it will depend or independent. If it's a phrase, then what type of phrase is it? You can pause the video here so you have time to think about your answer.